I got to lean in.
Happy Tuesday. Happy New Year. Welcome to the very first lean in 2024. My voice is a little raspy. I've had a great holiday. I'm sure you all have. I've seen half of the lean, and it's going to continue to be good. Shantae, Chad, Bunties is it? Jamie, you see my name? Meredith Stolen Clutch. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? Happy Tuesday. Salt Lake City was crazy tonight. I don't know what the hell I was watching. I am still confused, but it was so good. Jamie, how are you?
Baby, I'm ready. I said this is going to go down in like history, right there with Pillow Talk, right there with the dinner party from hell, right there from the christening from Jersey. Like, this is one of those episodes where it's just production did their thing, the cast did their thing. Like, this was TV. This was a reset.
Chad Bunties, how are you? Are you digging up lies and coming to tear us all apart over the years? Do you have any footage of us or anything?
No, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait till after the cabin trip. I need some footage to do it the right way.
Hold on now.
Go.
I'm doing.
Shantae, how are
I'm
you?
doing great though.
Okay.
I'm glad to see you guys.
Happy New Year.
2024. Happy New Year. Yeah.
Now I do have a question, Shantae. Now, when are you taking that tree down?
Oh, it's still Christmas. Christmas doesn't end. It's 12 days. It's a season, you know.
No, because black people will put our tree up so early and take it down so late. So I just want to make sure that tree be coming down soon. No, I'm just talking. Let me borrow for next year, child, because I ain't got one over here. All right, so listen, we got a jam-packed episode. It will be a full panel today. Antonio will be here. He got summoned at the last minute because it was a very good episode. You know, we do our full panels when we have big episodes, and they're obviously going into the reunion. But this episode, we had to have everybody's opinion. I see there's 50 of y'all in here, which is a lot for just the first like 5 minutes. So that means that y'all thought it was good. Y'all came here, we have to say. So we'll give y'all a good show. As I always say, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. This channel is doing really well. Tremendous. The numbers, the times, the views, the comments. You all are really engaged. You all are really keeping us afloat. And so we really appreciate you guys coming from 2023. And 24 should be no less, should be better. Like, I'm just excited everything to come with the lean. So as I always say, hit that like button and let's get to the episode. So I wasn't here last time. Thank you, Jamie, for stepping in for me. I had some things to do. But I did
things.
I actually was Chad in the kitchen at an event because Chad
he looked like he got hit a couple of times.
Yeah, so we find out tonight how these black eyes happen. Last year, Chad had a black eye. I did it, and we know what happened at the end of this episode. What happened with the black eye? But picking up in this episode, it's the last day of Bermuda, and we were teased a couple of weeks ago, that the finale was actually the ending of the trip. Usually, there's always like a ending event, something like that. But unless I can recall, I don't think it's ever been a moment where there's either on the trip like a big old cliffhanger, which I guess it works given what happened. Now, at the beginning of the season, we saw this call that Heather had about somebody being a fraud, and we didn't know what it was. Honestly, leading up into this moment, we thought it was more so about the beauty lab situation with the different identities, but it turns out it was a lot more, and which I'm kind of glad, because honestly, I didn't know what the hell I was getting myself into watching the episode. You know, I was like, okay, what are they going to talk about? So we'll get up to that. But at the beginning of this episode, last week's episode, we saw an explosive moment between Whitney and Heather, as Heather is being chased by Whitney because she says she exploited her vagina in the book. And so in this episode, she is talking to Monica about that, and she finds out that apparently Lisa says that Whitney was being dramatic. And so, you know, Whitney's like, really, that bitch would call me dramatic of all people, you know, excuse my language. And so we see Whitney go and talk to Heather again. And Maya, this is like, they have had like 3 explosive moments like on this trip, I feel like. And every time they somehow always come back together. I don't know if I like it or not. I guess it's good to be progressive in terms of like getting past things, but I don't know. some of it seems a little performant. I'm like, are y'all issues really that deep? If y'all can back that fast, literally, like, I don't know. Or maybe we do know Heather's very gullible and she can be very easy to be swayed. So maybe this is just, real of it all. So they basically have a back and forth moment about the book and what was in the book. So apparently in the book, there were some things that Heather had taken out about Whitney. Specifically, I don't know, I can't remember what it was she took out, but basically the part that Whitney is upset about is the pieces talking about a reference to the Titanic and how she was rolling around and doing things with Jack and her husband, all these different references. It was an analogy, another damn analogy on Housewives and Housewives history. And they kind of get to a point to where they hug it out and they decide they're going to move forward. It wasn't really anything else from that scene, but I'll start with you, Shantae. Like, what were your thoughts just seeing them kind of have yet another argument and kind of come together again? Like, do we really believe that their issues really that deep, or can we really see them being friends again in the future? Because I feel like if they can have all these arguments and then come back like so quickly, I mean, is there really an issue? I don't know. Go ahead.
Right. Those two, they're so irritating yet endearing to watch because, they're blood, they're family. And when Heather read the book excerpt, I definitely knew that Whitney just wanted a moment. And it was very clear by how fast she made up with her as well, that it was just for a scene.
Hey, Antonio. Let them bring you in here. It's an Antonio. It's an icon. Sorry, Shantae. Go ahead. Or were you done?
Oh, yeah, I was done. Hey, Antonio.
What's up, boo?
What about you, Jamie?
Whew, they just let anybody in these things now.
Yeah, I see you up top and in the middle. That's terrible. You messing up the feng shui of the dang on live.
I think I'm even in and out. I just like Shantae said, like, there's something, I wouldn't say endearing. I will say that they absolutely are irritating, but they're one of those duos that it's like, girl, at this point, like, we understand y'all are a package deal. Y'all are now competing for like spotlight. And I think Whitney doesn't like that Heather has stepped more into like her own personality and stepping out from behind her shadow. She has more of a voice. She's more vocal. She's definitely Heather's come a long way from her first season. Like we saw all this season, she was very happily taking the producer hat and running with a lot of stuff. And it was evident by this finale. And I don't think Whitney was really prepared for Heather to do that. Whitney wanted a moment. Heather was like, girl, I read this to you. I don't know what you like. I don't understand why we're mad, but sure, like whatever. Let's keep it moving, keep it pumping. It wasn't even that exciting of a story. Like, girl, the whole thing should have been cut. We're fine. We're really good.
Chad.
Whitney and Heather are Whitney and Heather. They are bad weather. We know what we're getting with them. And that's all I have on them.
Antonio, you came in. We were talking about the scene where Whitney talked to Heather about the night before and how she was trying to decipher between what was removed from the book and how she didn't like the analogy from Titanic that she had in the book referencing her sex life with her husband. Did you have any comments on that?
You guys have said it all already.
He said, let's get to the good stuff.
Okay. I'll just say this. That scene reminded me, I've been kind of like mini praising Whitney all season for a little bit for her kind of being less of a little girl, but that scene gave me, it took me right back to what she's
big little girl
done,
energy.
And be a little girl. Again, I was like, girl, it's just Heather running away from me, like, get this truck away from me. Like, it was just interesting. Nonetheless,
it's Heather falling down trying to run.
That too. The whole thing was just crazy. I was like,
Shantae, didn't you say last week that Whitney pulled a Krav Maga move and
did say that?
Heather?
She did.
She did not.
I saw that hand. I saw it.
Her balance.
Did not happen.
All right, so then we get to an activity, and I ain't gonna lie, holler, because I was like, this could not just happen at a better time. They do the scooters, and then they go shopping, and Heather and Angie forget their credit cards, so they don't have any money. And Monica, who we know is the richest of all on this cast right now, she says, "You guys, I have money," and I'm gonna. It reminded me of what was our line from 12 months ago, Chad? I'm shoeless, you guys.
Which one?
When she was like, "I'm shoeless, I'm shoeless."
Oh, I'm shoeless.
But she goes to pay for their stuff. It was like $750, I believe. It was at 9. It was one of the two, but it declined. And I'm like, oh my God, not her card declined on national television. But then she says that she has to put a travel notice on it, basically, and then it approves. I don't know. As somebody that travels, putting a travel notice is usually not that fast. I mean, you can go in the app, but she said it went through. I think she switched the cards out. That's just
she did switch the card.
It was 2 different cards.
That's what they said. It was 2 different cards.
So I didn't even pay attention, but I know as a person that travels, you cannot put notice on that.
It was a setup.
I could have sworn that first
my girl
card
up.
was green and that second
it was green.
Yes. So Monica, I love you, girl, but she went from Chime to Cash App real quick.
And what kind of cards she gets? Most my credit cards when I travel, you don't even have to put like a travel thing on there. They just work, but that's not.
I would say most
banks, you got money.
I ain't saying that, but let me tell you something. That credit is good. Okay.
Yeah. But she ended up paying for it, and she gets out. So y'all have any thoughts on this? Nothing, because we can kind of move on, y'all. Y'all want to talk about this? The car being declined.
We keyed. It was good.
I know y'all want to listen to the good stuff, so we kind of like speed through some of these things because really the bulk of it comes next, right? All right, so we get the scene of Heather on the phone, and she's trembling and shaking and pushing production out the door. Heather is so great; she's pushing everybody this season, pushing people down, falling over. I need Heather to calm down and just relax a little bit. She's getting a little cuckoo.
Get her equilibrium back.
And so after the phone call, it says 4 hours later. So in my mind, I was like, okay, in these 4 hours, like how do you go 4 hours without anything happening? But we find out what happened in those 4 hours, right? So they get to their little Bermuda Triangle event, and it's storming and windy, and the wind blowing everywhere. I'm like, I could not be sitting out here. And they have a game to play. Now, mind you, the last episode they said they were done playing games because every time they play a game, it's always a mess. But this game, basically, where you have a doll, and the doll that you pick up, you get to ask that person a question or ask them about any unsolved mysteries. I guess they're playing off of this whole still pirate voyage thing because they're in Bermuda, right? So Whitney gets Lisa's, and she says, based off of the word, basically she says that she was called dramatic earlier, and she doesn't understand why she's being called dramatic when Lisa herself is dramatic. And Lisa goes on a tangent. They go back and forth about being dramatic, and they say dramatic like over 15 times. And finally, Lisa is like, "Listen, you're dramatic. I'm dramatic. Whatever. Who cares? Like, I'm done talking about this in this moment." And so Meredith gets Heather's doll, and she basically wants to know why wasn't she supported more in Bermuda. Now, I'm not gonna lie; these interactions were kind of interesting because I was like, they don't seem that serious. It seems like I don't know, like. I feel like they had to do this to get to what they really want. Correct.
Yeah.
Like, it makes more sense knowing that we saw them have a conversation earlier. I feel like they kind of really kumbaya then, but that's just me. So then Heather, she gets Meredith, but she says there's nothing really to talk about with Meredith. She wants to talk about Monica. And she says she's not who she says who she is. She's not who she says she is, and that she has proof. And as she reveals who she's supposed to be, we get a flashback. In the flashback, you see a conversation. You have her talking to all the ladies, literally all the OGs, not Angie, because it was like one by one. Everybody was like, "Oh my God, Heather, what's going on?" Lisa, dramatic self, "Don't cry, you're making me cry." So they're all meeting on the beach, and she says like, "Who is the real Monica?" And we find out that she is really supposed to be this page, realityvontis. And realityvontis is a page that's supposed to have came for them, came for their lives, said all kind of lies about them. But if you go to the page, and I went to the page because I think we all went to the page, because the page literally grew 2K, 3K subscribers in the last 30 minutes. I saw it real time for my screenshot. That page is all about Jen Shah. I'll just leave that right there. It's literally all about Jen Shah. But the ladies discuss everything. They talk about all the timelines of the DMs. They talk about, you know, how it was convenient for her to talk about the things with Meredith and the conversations and the DMs. And then we find out about who Tanisha is. And Tanisha is Heather's black hairstylist, who was supposed to have, well, in this moment, we find out that she's a part of it, but we find out later that she actually is the one that runs it. So I'll stop right here because it's a lot to just talk about. Like, what are y'all thoughts when y'all was watching all this go down to come to find out that she's supposed to be, Monica's supposed to be working behind this page that supposed to have exposed them, been coming for their lives for 4 years and ruining their lives, all these things. Jamie, like, what were your thoughts? What were you feeling? Because it's just a lot.
I was texting Tonio in the whole time, just like back and forth. I mean, if you had been on Twitter for any period of time, about 2 weeks ago, stuff had started to leak. But this was really one of those episodes where I had wished social media was not as privy and as heavy to spoiling stuff, because this was one of those episodes where had you just gone into it not knowing anything, this would have been a gag. Like, because realityvontis was talked about last year whenever we were talking about the page that was made to take down Jen Shah, and then there was another page about Angie H's husband, or we found out Angie H's husband was behind another fake page. So the ladies had been knowing that there were multiple pages that were dedicated, but back then, if you remember, the main one was dedicated to bringing down Jen Shah. This is what this page was. So I found it funny that as we find out more and more, they were like, "Y'all, you've harassed all of us," and she's like, "No, bitch, it's Jen. Like, it's the strictly for Jen." But man, that reveal, that if this had been a limited series, that reveal would have been the finale of an episode, and it just would have like cut to black, and it would have been like credits, and it was like King himself could not have produced a better finale. Like, this was just like Monica played the long game with this, and my God, it paid off.
Antonio.
Yeah. I see it, Jamie. I was gagged because I be on Twitter, but I don't be on there a lot. So I had never heard of realityvontis or anything like that. So I was really gagged when that came about and the story was being told, and just the way that the story was being told, it was like you was at a murder mystery dinner and you trying to see like who the killer is. That's what I was getting from it. Now I will say this: these people in Salt Lake City, they will create a page. I be working, so I don't have time to do that. Like, where y'all get all this time from to create these pages and all of this stuff? But what I did start thinking about, the page is dedicated to Jen Shah, but I'm thinking these people that are posting this, they had to have known that it was somebody in Jen's circle. I guess that was a thing. They didn't know who it was in the circle that may have been doing it, because Jen had a lot of people around her. But yeah, kudos to Heather for bringing this to the forefront, but also to Monica for giving the people what they want this season. So I was living for it, 100%. I stand.
Yeah, this episode also was spoiled for me by the internet, but the things that stuck out for me was, one, the general feeling that it was like a Scooby-Doo episode, like take off the mask of the bad guy. I was like, Monica getting exposed. But while, they were on the beach exposing her just among the OGs, Lisa was giving me like Black Dolores. I was like, okay, she got real tan. And then who's the other one? Oh yeah. Don't tell me you didn't think she looked extra dark. But the one who I was rooting for was Meredith, because she definitely got vindicated. And when she started crying, I felt for her, because they had really treated her so badly, accused her of everything. And when she told her side of the story, I was riding with Meredith. I was like, her side makes sense. And just the fact that she was vindicated in that way made me really root for her. And I could get why she was crying and getting emotional, because it's like everyone was accusing her of bringing all the bad juju on the DMs, but it was Monica.
Well, but does that
doesn't absolve Meredith?
I think it does.
She was right there kikiing and laughing and sharing it.
Meredith still was getting. I don't think she was as involved as they try to paint it. Or then I was thinking like initially I was thinking like you, Shantae, but then I started thinking like, is this convenient? Like is this just good timing for Meredith to be able to kind of ease out of her part in that situation? Because Meredith, she was definitely still involved.
Because she still even asked her, "Hey, girl, did you get any new DMs?" I did. Did you read what they said? Go check your DMs, girl. Like Meredith ain't innocent.
She innocent and they ignorant.
Meredith might have actually created the page.
Baby, Meredith says she don't have time to read her own DMs. How she gonna create a page?
I wouldn't be surprised if she created it and put it in.
You know, I stood by Meredith a couple weeks ago, and I feel like it was Chad and Antonio, and y'all was like, she did that shit.
That sounds like something Antonio would say.
No, Chad was behind it too.
I was, and you know, I'm a Meredith stan, but for my take on this, I'm with Antonio. I don't really. The Housewife pages online kind of they kind of annoy me, so I don't even like look at them unless, you know, we send something in the group chat or something. But I was really surprised, like completely went into it blindsided, and I had never heard of realityvontis either. So it was all a big shocker for me, and I was really over here like gagged the whole time. Like every time something was happening, I was like, is this really happening right now? Like it was definitely a moment. It was top tier TV. Like I really am happy that we got to see this. Because like Cortez said earlier, we all kind of thought it was just the beauty lab thing. And now looking back, that would have been very boring because it's like we kind of already kind of knew about it. But to see the way Heather narrated it was it was flawless.
Masterful.
Look, Shantae said in the group, give her an Emmy, and I agree. Give her a
I agree. I don't think anybody else could have been the driving force of this episode other than Heather, because she is for so many years has kind of been the one that has more of a level head about certain stuff. She is very grounded. So Whitney would have been too dramatic. Lisa would have made it all about herself. Like Meredith wouldn't have been able to even get the words out. Like it had to have been Heather was the one. And like Heather, like again, she stepped it up this season. Like, baby, I think she knew it was a game. The people were tired after last season. Monica came in and Heather really picked up the ball and volleyed with that girl all season. All of them did. Like Heather, kudos. They've redeemed themselves this season.
That's what they was doing in that 4 hours. They was trying to think of that game.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, first I was like, how do you go 4 hours later after this, finding this out? Like,
they was putting that game together.
I'm pulling up to her door right now, but they met obviously, and they probably filmed for a bit of time, and they have to plan it.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk. Look at Monica just went live, chat. I want to tune in.
Hold on, gotta go, y'all.
She said it was more than today. I gotta figure out what's going on. Not just playing. It'll be up. I'm sure all the blogs will get it. So we go back to the table. And this is where they, first of all, Meredith took me out when she was like, I'm so tired of people trying to hurt us. And I was like, me too, girl. Like, I said, me too, Meredith. Like, Meredith made it so believable. Like, Heather did a great job. Whitney was still annoying. Lisa, but Meredith made it believable. Like, like you said, she was been accused of so much. She's like, it's not me. It's not. That's what I get.
It was the hair all in her mouth. All of her
Everybody's hair was just like kids. Everybody's hair was just blowing.
Meredith acting like she didn't threaten that lady's threaten to say something bad about that lady's husband.
She said, I have matured beyond responding with screaming and losing it. I was like, girl.
Oh, yeah, Meredith, in 2 months.
6 episodes ago.
Okay, so when they go back to the table, Monica, she says, because they blurted out first, she says realityvontis. And Monica's like, no, that's not me entirely. They like,
that gagged me. It was the pause. Like, that's not me entirely. I was like, oh, bitch.
I'm like, what do you mean entirely? And then she's like, well, that means some of it's true. I'm like, duh, y'all crazy? Just, follow her. Let her cook. And so Whitney, immediately she moves seats. She's like, I don't want to sit by her. She goes to the side. And Meredith, like they talk about her being in her store. Meredith was upset because basically the first time she came into her store, she says it was the first time coming in there, but revealing the video of Monica with that blonde hair in her store. Now they're not saying she stole the clutch, but the clutch did become missing after she left the store. And Meredith's like, I have the footage.
That blonde wig took me down.
And
That
that
blonde wig was
really
a
is in
fool.
disguise.
It's like her whole witness protection.
That wig.
Oh, quickly, we have a super chat from our house. People will do anything but admit that Monica's a low down, dirty fraud. She has her daughter playing mommy. She's broke. Should I be reading this? And was attacking women behind the scene. If you worked with Jen, you know that. Hey, we can discuss more about it. You know,
people have opinions.
Yeah. Thank you, our house, for the super chat. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna put that on my Chime credit card.
No, for real, we really appreciate it. So then they talk about her driving by Jen's house, and Lisa and Monica get into a heated moment to the point to where Monica literally, she may have called Lisa everything in the book.
Oh God, I loved it.
Dry sandpaper face.
Donald Trump.
I mean,
Donald Trump loving.
I can't even say what everything she said because it was so much. Because I want to get ads and stuff like that for this channel. But she went in, and I'm not surprised given their history, right? But you know, Lisa, because honestly, Lisa, the whole time that Jen, not Jen, I said Jen. That Monica's trying to speak, she can't really get a word out because they kind of like somebody chimes in. Whitney chimes in, Lisa chimes in. I wish they would let her speak because as the moments when she did actually speak, she kind of said what her involvement was, but they really wouldn't let her get it out. You know, I don't know. And so she admits that why she worked for the blog and that it was multiple people. And Angie speaks up, and when Angie speaks up, she says, "Angie, watch yourself. Like, don't play with me." And I'm like, "Oh, what you know about her? Like, tell me what you know. Tell me what you know." And so she basically says that Angie has involvement with it. We see all these DMs of Angie living for some of the comments about the other women and stuff like that, which it don't put her as guilty as Monica in this sense. But basically, I think she was trying to say, like, girl, you had your piece too. And so Monica says that all the women at some point have got their joy off the page. Because if you go to the page right now, Lisa Brallo is following the page. Like it's the first thing that shows up. Because I follow Lisa, she follows me, and that's the first thing that pops up. So she follows the page. I don't know if I would be following something that I feel like is trying to tear me down, but it's just a little
in my life for 4 years,
for 4 years, right? So Angie is about to throw this little flowery wreath. I don't know what it was, and Monica was like, "Do it. I want you to throw it." And I was like, this is about to get really good. But it looked like the wreath was about to knock Angie's little frail self over because she could barely even pick it up as it was taking her down.
That wind was
going on. Whitney speaks on the rumors about her, and Monica again says, like, I've never said anything about any of y'all. Specifically, like, she was like, Whitney, I don't know what to tell you. And I kind of believe her because it's like her tone wasn't as aggressive. It was only aggressive with Angie and Lisa. When it came to, even Heather, if she was just like, no, I didn't talk about you. I didn't talk about y'all. Like the page was, dedicated to take down Jen because she was doing something to her, us as employees, and we wanted to basically expose her. I believe her in that. She says that Tanisha started the account and ran the account, not her. I'll stop here. Chad.
Do I think that Tanisha started the account? Yes. I think that Monica gives me the type of girl that is very much will go along with it. She doesn't give me she's intentional with trying to hurt anybody or do anything bad, but she definitely gives me she'll join in on the mess. I think personally that realityvontis was absolutely intended for Jen Shah, and the women were absolutely collateral damage. I believe Monica with this. I think that eventually they'll come back around. I know Antonio said in the group chat, that this is nothing that she can't come back from. And I agree. I think this is something that they can get over. I mean, Heather, y'all got over Jen scamming old people, so y'all can get over a blog troll account. It's not that deep.
Right. I mean, y'all supported this lady because she went damn near in the jail. And let's just be clear. I mean, the page, if you go to the page, the Tease, it says Black Lives Matters. And when I saw that, I said, this is Tanisha's page.
Yeah.
No, it says it. Like, it says, I was like, this is Tanisha's page. Tanisha is she is the person right now. Listen.
Yeah. She probably fell out with Monica and tried to.
No, it says Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
I said, oh, wow.
It's given she fell out with Monica and she wanted to turn it around and let me throw Monica under the bus and make it seem like it's all her because I'm not on reality TV. So therefore, the best thing I can do is throw it on Monica and get the heat off me. I believe it.
Do we know if Tanisha is still doing Heather's hair?
I think she was up until not, because didn't she do an interview not long ago where she kind of discussed her relationship with Monica and how Monica's a fraud or something? I think it was.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I saw her comments about Monica on YouTube, and she gave us a whole backstory.
Yeah, she didn't mention that she was reality and Monica was Tease, but she was talking about Monica though.
She told stories like how Monica lied and would call her and be like, "Oh, my daughter's missing" or something, and then Monica would be like, like, "Oh, never mind. I just want you to talk to me. Nothing's wrong with my daughter." So she was talking about how Monica emotionally manipulated her. Like she was spilling all the tea about her backstory with Monica.
She did,
baby. But one person's on the show, and the other person's running the fan page. Play the game better, girl.
Well, per the comments, she just said she was not asked back. So I mean, I guess she got her season.
I don't think anybody's been asked back yet. It literally just ended. Yeah. Like Bravo would be stupid to not ask her back, even if none of the ladies will film with her. Baby, you're gonna film because the fans have spoken. That look, at the end of last season, we were tired of y'all. We were exhausted. Nobody wanted to watch you guys again. You had drained us. You guys were going overboard with this fake storyline. Nobody was cohesive. It was literally the most draining show on Bravo. And that's saying a lot because Jersey is still on. And Monica literally came in and revitalized this. So say what you want to say, but this lady is the reason y'all have had the highest ratings for the past 2 seasons. So somebody better film her.
Right.
And it'll probably be Heather's dumbass.
But I'm like, here's my thing though. Why are they so? I mean, I get it. It was a blog to troll, but y'all troll each other during filming all the time. So
all the time.
I mean, I get it that it's like, oh, you kind of hid behind a wall to do your trolling, but y'all do it to each other all the time. So y'all mean to tell me that you're not willing to film with this girl for the sake of the show when you? I'm sure y'all are definitely benefiting from being on this show. So stop it. So it is possible that maybe she hasn't been asked back yet, but you're right.
I mean, contracts don't usually go out that soon anyway. So yeah.
But I think Heather gave them an ultimatum. I would like to see her back, but you said what? Go ahead. So I heard that Heather did give an ultimatum though that she's not gonna film with Monica. Like it's either Monica or her.
Yeah.
No, she ain't. She's never talking to Whitney again. We'll see how that goes. Or Jen. I just think, like, in the grand scheme of things, Monica really didn't do anything. We are now in the 20th year of Housewives being on television, give or take. If you have any newbie that comes on that has not in some way, shape, or form participated in watching the show, talking about the show, blogging about the show, you are naive if you think that everybody's just like, no. Actually, I don't believe when people say, I've never watched the show. You're a liar. You're a liar at this point. And then looking at the show, looking at the page, like nothing was even honestly talked about the other ladies. And it honestly pissed me off that Whitney was like, you engaged in taking my family down. And I wanted Monica to be like, girl, your family is not that interesting. Like we had one post on you in the last 3.5 years. Like, trust me, our viewers actually asked us to not post you, or they would leave us. So, like, Whitney, please, like, sit down in a child's place.
I think the plot, if there was a plot that they're trying to reveal, was, like she said, to reveal, expose everything about Jen Shah. And in doing that, she got on the show. So ultimately, she kind of won. I think that's what it was. I mean, because she has mentioned her, her involvement with being, her employee for Jen Shah and stuff like that. And now she's gone. So we would have to know that there's something there. As long as she wasn't helping with the grannies and the grandpas, then I guess at this rate, she okay. To me, I don't know. I just allegedly. You better put that allegedly in the chat because they'll get
allegedly you. Our house. I will say, when Angie picked up them flowers and you saw production in the back come running up out the house, that had me giggle for a little bit.
Monica told her do it.
She said,
Monica, Monica really
Lisa would have whooped her.
She really took all the girls on. Like, she was,
and that's why I respect her. That girl didn't cry. She didn't do nothing. She says, all right, here we go. What?
But when it first started, though, I'm not going to lie. I was like, oh, man, Monica finna kind of shut down, or she
gonna fold.
But when she got to really going at it, listen, she was popping.
I think it's because they really didn't have anything. Like, you got to think about Heather. She said everything, about the I'm about to say Dita Von Tease, about the
Chad Von Tease, Chad Von Tease,
right? And they
the Von Traps,
the beauty lab, but the other ladies were just talking at that point. Meredith feels like she's been vindicated, so she's talking about her lies, and then the clutch in the store. Lisa and Whitney really are just pulling at straws, as well as Angie as well. Those three really should have probably hushed up. And like I said, she don't like Lisa, so the way she handled Lisa, baby, Lisa and Angie could have probably got punched. I feel like she was not here for it. Like she was letting them have it, and I was just like,
I honestly think Angie was feeding Von Teese some tips, because Monica said, "Trust me, let's sit down." Let's sit down. Like, you don't want to do this. I think all of those ladies at some point or another had.
Angie was like, what? I didn't do anything.
And then production showed her ha-ha. 3 pages of her ha-ha in every post.
But to be fair to Whitney, production also showed a little screenshot where it did say that Von Teese said that she was a swinger. So that rumor about her.
I thought Whitney said that.
No, she's been defending herself against that rumor, even though I kind of believe she is.
Stop showing your coochie.
Okay, she ain't a swinger, but she did cheat on her ex-husband with her current husband, and she also assisted with getting him fired by having him film in some kind of mud stuff. So, somebody said you was a girl.
That did make me gag though when they were showing all the flashbacks of Monica planting seeds and everybody, and she said, well, Whitney would know something about marital strife. She didn't have the best start to her marriage. I was like, Monica's been, she played the long game this whole season. Every chance she got, she was planting stuff. Good for her. Take it down from the inside.
Yeah. All right,
I wish Mary had been there.
In the last part of this, and this is what took me out. It made me say, WTF, Heather. Because they asked what's her name, Monica, for her involvement. When she finally gets it out, she says what I've been saying the entire time, that it was never anything to hurt them. Some of them were kind of involved because they were associated, but it was all to get back at Jen Shah, And she even makes a comment in confessional about how they could, align themselves with criminals, from grandpas and grannies. But for some reason, her issue is so big or whatever. Double standards. Some she's been saying from the beginning, even just some of their smaller things she's been talking about. But Heather goes on a whole little monologue, and I was trying to figure out where she was going with it. And she basically talks about how she supported Jen till she went into jail. How the group was scared to speak up and kind of go against certain things because they wanted to support her. And in doing so, she reveals that person, Jen Shah, is indeed the person that gave her a black eye last year. The dumbest storyline of Housewives. Extra Lucy Juicy Apple Goosey, or whatever that dog is.
Not Beverly Apple Goose.
Whatever.
What's an Apple Goose?
Apple Goosey. So, in revealing that, Monica says, well, I'm glad you finally told the truth about something.
Gagged her.
Like, in other words, like, I'm glad you're telling your truth, but what that got to do with me? And even I said, what does it have to do with this? I mean,
right.
Like, your truth should have came up before now. It shouldn't have taken for somebody else to be a fraud in the group for you to talk about something that happened a year ago that pissed us all off about
On two
and
shows.
so she gives her own version of "You Can Leave" and says, "Pack your bags and go." And Monica leaves. She leaves. I guess this is something that they decided. I don't know how Heather got this. I mean, I get it. She's an OG, but how she would just make somebody leave, but I don't. Whatever. This is what happens. She leaves, and then they go to like the finale slides and shows everybody progress. What did y'all think when Heather revealed this bomb that we all knew last year that she lied and defended and lied and defended? Shantae.
I just want Heather to get her Emmy. I need her to get all of her things because she produced the hell out of this scene. What made me really impressed was the fact that she said that she knew about the beauty lab scam when she went to go buy Monica the gift card for her birthday. And she found out there were like 3 Monicas with the same birthday. And then the whole, revealing the Jen Shah thing was very dramatic. But at the end of the day, I really liked her RuPaul moment. She was like, sashay away. She knew the whole time, the whole trip that she was going to get this girl. And she did it. I was so proud. Bravo. Bravo, Heather.
I mean,
why are we bravo?
The trip was over. They was on.
What are we bravo on her revealing about this?
Right.
If anything, if I was Heather, I would have taken that news to the grave that a woman that I've been hanging out with for 9 months owe me money, because who's in charge of your billing? Who's keeping up with collections?
I'll say this: for you to reveal about a black eye a year later, showing that you try to protect her in that way, it makes me side eye.
What you look even foolish, more foolish.
Well, no, what else are you trying to protect her from? Because Jen Shah is a lady of deceit and lies. So it's like, okay, what else? Like, what else have you been blind and literally obtuse about? Like, I don't understand that. So yeah, Antonio.
Yeah, like the black eye thing, we already knew Jen did it, and I mean, the only thing we wanted to know was like why did she give you a black eye? But we already knew that, that she did it. In regards to them asking Monica to leave, I mean, I didn't really live for that moment. It was like, Heather, you ain't really that girl. The trip is over.
Right.
Their flights were probably going to leave the next morning anyway. So it was just like, I'm going to just go back to my room and drink some more of whatever this liquor is, because it's probably unlimited for them. So, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed all of it. I was laying across the bed. I was like living. I was like, y'all better give me some reality TV, because that's what they were doing. Like, it wasn't so deep to me, like I had said, like that, to where I don't think that they can't come back from it. If Monica were to come back, yeah, they was mad, and I ain't filming with this person. But if your job is on the line, also you're gonna do what you got to do to save your job. They still early on in their seasons of SLC. So if they were smart, they will want her to come back. And I also want to know what else Monica got up her sleeve.
I want to know too.
Look, that lady took down Jen Shah, a criminal mastermind.
Man.
And then she infiltrated this group of these bitches who've been trying to take each other down for 4 years and managed to gag everybody. No.
But it's crazy that they everybody kind of, it's like with the whole Jen thing, it's like y'all knew she was doing something shady too.
Oh,
like,
absolutely.
Clearly, Salt Lake City is big, but very, very, very small. If y'all know who's swinging and who having sex with who's y'all have heard that Jen Shah was a scammer. So
they asked in season 1, how does she get her money? I don't know what she does. I'm like, girl, y'all knew this.
At the table with the people from Tao Club, and I was like, okay. I was like, girl, you big hungry.
I want to hear from Chad, because Chad has been a staunch Jen Shah supporter. A staunch Jen Shah. What do you think? You were a staunch.
I do.
You love a bitch that schemes.
I do recall.
Allegedly. But like we all have said, nobody was shocked that Jen was the one who gave her the black eye. It was kind of a given. We know that she didn't drunkenly fall and give herself the black eye, how she tried to make it seem. I think that the last scene was very, I don't know, it was good TV, but a part of me feels like they all working together to make it a good TV scene. Like it was definitely real, but if you paid attention to a lot of the way that they were trying to hold Monica to the fire, there were so many moments where they was just like, you need to own it, you need to stand on it. It was like the stuff they were saying was definitely like more so, we just want you to be exposed. We just want you to put it out there. I don't think that they were as upset as they were making it out to be. I feel like it was more of a TV moment. And I don't know, I feel like it could be maybe a thing like how Beverly Hills, those girls always, they understand they have to work together. So regardless of what goes on, they're going to film together. And I feel like Salt Lake may be taking a page out of their book, possibly, and realizing that, you know, because even the whole moment of we're the core four and all that, everything was too thought out, and like everything was done so perfect to where I'm just like, maybe they realize the power that they can have as a cast, and I think they'll be okay with Monica. I really don't think that it's going to be a big issue, but we'll see. And I do think that Monica, I don't know, I feel like they should be very worried. Monica seemed like the type of girl that's going to come with her ducks lined up. And it's kind of sucks to say for them, because we all know that fan perception is kind of like the biggest thing, and Monica clearly has the fans on her side. So it's kind of like y'all are really gonna make yourselves look a fool to kind of not necessarily go against her, but to kind of try to diminish her and put her down. She's like the underdog, so it's like it would be in their best interest to really work this in their favor.
Oh, absolutely. It's interesting that, you know, Meredith and Lisa can move past Lisa exposing on national television that Meredith allegedly sleeps with multiple men, is a pass around, doesn't own property, her husband can't keep a job, but they're so incensed by a woman who was part of a group that was a part of a fan page. But notice throughout the whole entire thing, none of them said that she posted lies. They all said, you were posting things about us trying to take us down. And I'm like, so are you mad that she was talking about things that were happening, or are you mad that she was spreading lies? Because like, which is it? Because if she was telling the truth, y'all need to befriend this lady quick. And I think that's why Angie put down them flowers whenever Monica was like, no, do it. Let's do it. What are we doing? Because it's Monica definitely gives me deceitful. She definitely gives me conniving. She definitely gives me scheming. She don't give me liar. She may omit her part in some things, but she don't give a lie. Because everything that she has said on the show has been true. I mean, other than, at least the rumors about Angie's husband were there. All of the women acknowledged it. Whether those rumors are true, the rumors are there. So, I don't know. Allegedly, Tonio.
Now, listen, Monica, I like her. She can't be in my friend group.
You don't want to keep her?
No. We can maybe have a little drink or cocktail or something. She can't be in my friend group. Like, she can't be in the group. So, but I definitely want her in their group, and I want watch them on TV. So yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I don't know if I want somebody, somebody could probably be thinking about us. We on this platform, and they probably think we probably a part of some. We don't be revealing lies and stuff, child. We just tell the truth, but still, but somebody can see.
I like this comment.
What do you say?
Robo says they're taking some of their anger out towards Jen on Monica because they were too cowardly to ever confront Jen the same way they confronted Monica.
It's just crazy now. Now they have the balls to try to expose somebody. When we had the entire government pick this lady up, the feds doing all these things, and y'all were scared to say one thing. Y'all didn't want to dig. Y'all didn't want to do. Only person that had a little bit of ball was Meredith, because she didn't want to. She kind of wanted to stay.
Well, she's used to digging on DMs.
Y'all kept bringing her around and stuff like that. But everybody else was all, let's go to San Diego. Let's go to. wherever you can go, Jen, because we know you can't go too far. They was all buddy.
Really, Jen knew all they tea, and they knew Jen might beat they, pop them in
Well,
the eye.
apparently, Monica does too. Apparently, but
you
I don't.
Angie put that
I don't,
flower down. Angie was like, "No, I don't want that. I'm not even gonna do that."
Oh God.
I'm like, Angie, sit down.
Jen Shah has posted a message from prison. They be giving ever. Jen Shah has said, "Bravo. If I punched Heather in her eye, you guys would have the footage to prove it. It's clear the show can't live without me since I was brought up the beginning, middle, and end of this season. Andy is still butthurt that I turned down his one-on-one interview. Why would you sit down with someone who gave another cast member a black eye?" Next story.
That's her husband.
But Jen, we don't believe you scammed them people. We don't believe it.
Okay, we don't believe you.
Let's talk about the victims. Let's talk about the
earrings in.
Please, okay.
Jen trying to keep her name in the
callers.
She tried to keep her name in the press.
We got two. We had 3 calls. I don't know what happened to Lisa, but maybe she come back in. I'm gonna go ahead and get them on.
I see our house in the queue. Oh God, he gonna drag us.
Who?
Our house.
Oh, well, he's gonna be very polite and very respected. I don't want to be. Is it our house? Is he? Is it he?
Oh, I know. We can ask.
We're gonna find out. But if you guys,
we'll get to the bottom of it.
There's over 100 of you guys watching right now. This is the point where we put the link in the chat for those that want to call in and give their thoughts, comments, concerns, anything about the show, about anything we have to say. So as I always say, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. This is the first show of the year. This is a great sign. I mean, this show does well for the last 4 years, right? But I mean, 100 of y'all are watching right now. Y'all been here since like the first 5 minutes. So that lets me know that
Monica, do your big one, Monica. Big Mo, not the little one.
Not the little Mo.
Right. What I say, glory.
Joyful.
All right, listen, our first call is going to be our house. Hey, our house, how are you?
Hi, guys.
That is a female.
That's a lady. That's a lady.
I'm so sorry for Jamie.
It's okay.
Gender is a construct.
What you got for us, though?
I'm the one that usually calls in on Wednesdays for Beverly Hills.
Okay.
So, yes, I've called in a couple of times, but I've never called in for Salt Lake. So I have a couple of things to say. Don't eat me up, y'all. Okay.
That's your square.
That's your square.
And I'm gonna try not to swear, but I don't like Monica. So if there's any expletives, then hey. So I want to start off by saying every feud that Monica has gotten herself into this from the very beginning has been her own doing. I do not believe everything that she's telling us about her mother. I think that her mother has come out and said that Monica told her from the very beginning that this was going to be a cooking show. That's why her mother agreed to be on the show. We don't necessarily have to believe what she's saying, but there's that. Also, Tanisha Styles, I don't know too much about that, but I have been in contact with her and we've talked back and forth over DM just because I'm nosy and I like to ask details. So
I'm going to put allegedly up here because I don't want them to get you.
Allegedly.
Okay.
Allegedly.
Also, our house is not affiliated with the lean.
Okay.
We want to hear it. Go ahead.
Allegedly, I have seen receipts, text messages, emails, proof from this lady, and I speaking out because Monica has now said her name after the show, so she feels the need to speak out. But Monica is absolutely insane. I'm not going to go too much into her character, but everybody has seen it. Like, I don't expect housewives to be good people. And I understand that we want our housewives to be entertaining, but I personally can understand why these ladies are having a big reaction. I wouldn't personally want to be in communication with someone that is trolling me, allegedly speaking on my children, allegedly calling me a tranny. That's what she was saying about Heather. She talked about Heather's children. She talked about all of these women, not just Jen. People keep saying that she's only talked about Jen, but no, she has continued to bully these women, talk about the way that they look, and I understand that they're older women and Monica likes to talk about how old they look and whatever it is. But at the end of the day, Monica's mad because she knows that she cannot have the life that they have. And she started that drama with Lisa Barlow from the very beginning on her own doing. All Lisa said was, help me look for my ring. And then she did. And I think the reason was she was crying because allegedly, in my opinion, she had a guilty conscience. That ring was never to be found again, but she was there when, they were taking that clutch. She was there, but then she said, no. I've never been here before. Thank you so much, Heather, for bringing me to your store. I've never seen it before. Okay, so there's that. So, I mean, for me personally, if someone has shown themselves to be vindictive, a liar, manipulative, if you're dishonest in the small things, I don't believe you to be honest in the big things, personally. So it's hard for me to watch this lady on television because I've known from the very beginning that she's a liar. And if your good girlfriend, your good Judy is Jen Shah, who I think is a terrible person. And all of these ladies are now seeing, what Jen Shah is capable of. And I do think it's weird that they were comfortable enough to hang out with this woman. But I do think it comes back to them being afraid of her and not being willing to stand up for themselves. But I guess now they realize, like, if they band together, then they can get rid of this person. So all of that to say, I've never liked Monica. I knew she was a liar. Let up off of Lisa Barlow because that's my girl. I know she's wrong. Okay, I know she'd be wrong sometimes. But honestly, from the beginning, Lisa did not do anything to that girl. She did not do anything besides talk about her $60,000 ring, and that really screwed with Monica. That made Monica feel away because Monica can't afford her life. That's why she's got that credit card. And then it got declined, and so she had to use another one. But anyways, that's all I have to say. Love you guys. Bye.
Wow.
Thank you, our house.
That read though.
She not wrong.
Ain't no different than Antonio saying that she couldn't buy a Peacock account. Didn't you say that? Remember she could buy a Peacock?
That was Antonio. That was Antonio.
Wow.
Wow.
Right.
Disputed, Antonio. It's your square. Did you say it or not?
I said it.
Did you say
Well,
entirely?
partially, like Monica said.
Partially, entirely.
I think
All
our
right,
house
we have
trying
another
to get a
call in the
snowflake.
queue. It is going
Not our
to
house trying to get a snowflake.
Demisha.
Gotta take the Monica route.
Hey guys.
How are you?
Hey, Demisio.
Okay, I want to start off with Heather with the little bombshell that she called herself trying to drop. Like, girl, we already knew Jen punched you a whole year and a half ago. This ain't news. This is not news. And they was trying to act, oh my God, what girl? We knew Jen punched that lady a long time ago. But, it is what it is. If Heather want to call it a bombshell, okay. I will say this about Monica, regardless of whether you like Monica or not, I feel like we have to give her credit to what she brought to this season. Because like you said, Jamie, like after the last season that they had, they were all equally insufferable. And I didn't even want to really watch this new season if it wasn't really for Monica. Like, she revamped them and gave us something new and refreshing to talk about. So you have to give her credit regardless of whether you like her or not. Like, she has been probably one of the best new additions to a Housewives franchise in a very long time. And after this last episode, baby, she is an icon. In my book, baby, she single-handedly tore that entire, especially Lisa. When she got done saying what she said to Lisa, I was like, oh my God. Lisa should have just mine too. I was like, girl, just sit down with your bad spray tan and call it a day.
When she cussed Lisa out like that, Demisio, did it remind you of how Jamie used to cuss you out?
Never touch Demisio out. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Because Kyle has never read me, honey.
I ain't say red.
I don't feel red.
But no, all jokes aside, no, literally, like, she tore Lisa up. And I just felt like Heather is one of the biggest hypocrites ever because you be online talking about folks all the time. So, like, what is the difference on her doing it on an account? And, like, I'm not understanding what the difference is. Like y'all said, they all get on the internet, and hell, Lisa Barlow do it all the time. She was literally doing it today. So, I'm, like, confused on, like, the hypocrisy, like, behind it all. And they all yelling and screaming, looking a mess. Heather and her handsome Squidward face, like, girl, y'all
Oh
look
my God.
absolutely ridiculous screaming across the
What
table.
face, Demetrio?
Handsome Squidward
Wow,
looking a
dude.
mess, screaming across the table at this lady. And Monica is just sitting there as calm as ever, tearing them right on up, baby. And Whitney and Angie was just looking for a moment. It's like, girl, why are y'all even talking? Like, Angie, you getting up
Angie
like
didn't know what was going on the whole
didn't know
conversation.
what
She
was
just
going on, about to get beat up trying to throw something.
So let's just start with they didn't even. Let's go back to them not even including Angie in the conversation on the beach. Let's
they
go back to
didn't match
that.
Angie to
She
nothing.
literally had to insert herself by trying to mock Monica, and that's why Monica was like, "Hold on, now, girl. We're gonna talk about the Greek mafia. We're gonna talk about the Greek mafia now. Now, be quiet. When we bring up them finances in the Greek mafia now, hush." And Angie said, "Right on down and put that reef on that
Put those
table."
flowers right back.
Baby, she's about to get blew over by the wind anyway. The wind was about to beat her up first. But no, like, all just aside though, this was a very, very good finale. It definitely did remind me of Gossip Girl. It absolutely did. A knockoff Blair. Honey, a knockoff Blair, absolutely. And I do believe her when she says she was only talking about Jen. I do believe that. Because, I mean, and even if she was talking about the other girl, so did she lie?
I don't know.
Did she lie about
No.
what she was saying? Whitney, girl, you are a mess. Your family is a mess. Your marriage is a mess. Like, girl,
And
she
you
didn't
roll
lie.
around in chocolate.
Lisa, girl, she didn't lie about you either. She was talking about you. You are dramatic, over the top, extra. Just do too much and need to sit down too. Like, they just all look ridiculous doing all that yelling, and Monica didn't care. I love how she cussed their ass out and walked on off when she was told to leave, like a true icon. Goodbye. I've done what I needed to do, and I lived. I just wish she would have stayed at the table, though. I do really wish she would have, like, I ain't going nowhere.
Make me. Or
Yeah,
something.
right.
I would have
wanted
stayed
that
and
too,
made them
Tonio.
leave. I
I
would
wanted
have
that
liked
too.
that
But
as well.
overall, this was a good finale. Salt Lake City did their thing this year. They ought to be praising Monica, bowing to her for saving their asses. Because if it wasn't for her, they wouldn't even have nothing. Nene said, you wouldn't even have a beat going. So, but that's it.
Well, thank you, Demetrio. We'll see you next time for the finale. I'm sure you'll be calling. Not finale, for the reunion. I'm sorry. I'm sure you'll be calling in for that too.
Yes.
So thank you.
Have a good night, you guys.
Good
Bye.
Bye.
We had one more caller, but I think they may have dropped.
I think they dropped off.
Yes, they dropped off. And so we'll go ahead and end on that note. It was a really good show. There was a lot. I think tonight was probably the most viewers for this show this season. So kudos to us. And this is the full panel. It's the 5% panel. We've been here in 3s, 2s, 4s, whatever. But and we made it through another season. We got 3 more episodes, and so we're gonna get through that. Make sure y'all check out. It's a 3-part reunion. I wish it was 2. I ain't gonna lie. You know how?
Okay, because I'm tired a little bit.
It looks like they do ask her how she got the black eye. What happened?
Yeah.
I know that Jamie read. So apparently Jen Shah, and Chase sent me this too a second ago. Jen Shah is somehow in jail on Instagram.
Don't they have access to the internet?
And
I mean, if the OnlyFans girls can send content while they in jail, Jen Shah can send a tweet.
This is what Jen Shah had to say, Bravo. If I can't read the comment, Jamie.
Sorry, baby.
Bravo. If I punch Heather in her eye, you guys have footage to prove it. It's clear the show can't live without me since I was brought up at the beginning, middle, and end of season 4. Girl, you know why. Andy is still butthurt that I turned down his one-on-one interview. Why would you sit down with someone who gave another cast member a black eye? Next story. Because many people
you're going to jail and I never have to see you again.
Right. Yeah. Then Shah, go and drop some soap, okay? Because be quiet.
Oh my God.
And pay them grannies and grandpas their money back. Please.
Okay. Worried about the wrong things, Jen Shaw.
Yeah.
On another note, the reunion preview, I was very underwhelmed. What did y'all think?
I think they're holding back. They're holding back.
It looks like
there's no way the reunion can be that boring.
Burn book or something. And honestly, we saw a book before. We've seen newsletters. I just hope that she comes with it because she said there's more to talk about, and I hope that she actually has something that's like
worthy. It better not be a flop.
Yeah, I think Angie should be afraid though because she looked like she got something on Angie for real.
I believe she
it did seem like she was like, Angie, don't do it.
Yes. I want to see Angie get exposed.
Okay, y'all. Well, listen, we're gonna go ahead and lean out. Thank you, Chad. Thank you. Well, Chad Buntis. I'm so sorry to get your name.
Thank you.
Jamie, Antonio, and myself. Thank you to our callers, our house, also for the super chat. And also thank you to Demetria for calling in. It's been a really great show. Make sure you guys like this video. We'll be back tomorrow for Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Miami did not take a break. They kept going. And then next Monday, we come back with Potomac, and next Tuesday for Married to Medicine. We took our little break. Our break is over, unfortunately, but fortunately, I guess, for y'all. And we'll be here. So make sure y'all like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. You have a good night. Peace. Good night. I get out of here, y'all. It's so long, girl. I love.
Oh, good.